times. And we'll roll them forward a few times. Getting that upper back space also, and then we'll end with the shoulders rolling back. Okay. Sit up a little bit taller, feel the energy moving out through the crown of your head. And we'll do some circles here. So just circling the head a few times in one direction. I can even be little half circles as well. Great. And then we'll reverse and we'll move in the opposite direction. Okay, good. And then once you've evened out here, okay, just gently look from side to side if you haven't already, and up and down as well. And again, remember this can be a small movement, it does not have to be large at all. Bringing your head back in line with your spine. Go ahead and reach your arms out to the sides. Just give yourself a nice big hug. And then as you're hugging yourself here, allow yourself just to twist a little bit from side to side. And then we're just going to switch opposite arm on top. Okay, so switching the cross of your hug and give yourself a nice little squeeze. Little twisty twist from side to side. Okay, awesome. Okay, and from here, go ahead and relax the arms down. And let's go ahead and extend the left leg out long. And then the right foot in the inside of your left inner thigh. And you're welcome to stay up on your block, okay, or pillow. I'm actually going to move mine out of the way, and I'm actually going to use it underneath my right knee just for some support here. Okay. Okay, so left hand is going to come across towards your right knee. Right hand is going to just come on top, just cross over onto your left shoulder. Okay, we're going to gently just, it's very small, we're going to just twist a little bit towards the right knee. Okay, and then we're going to keep the hand connected to the knee. We're going to slowly come back, our torso back to the center, and maybe we like look down just a little bit, maybe we round a little bit. Okay, and this is the motion that we're going to take back and forth. We're going to add the arm now. Okay, so right arm's going to reach open. Okay, we open up, and then bring the right hand over towards our shoulder. And again, we're going to bring our torso back to center or a little down a little bit. Okay, so opening up, and then crossing and shifting your focus. You're really just following your head. You're following your hand with your eyes. Okay, and then your head and your hand come back together, and you kind of look back down. And again, just opening up, following your fingertips just back and forth. Okay. Yeah, and this should feel like nice little, twist, a little stretch in the low back, also side body. Okay, and I do apologize. I already lost count of how many we're doing. Okay. But again, we're just going to go off pure sensation, really. Okay, so maybe we do 8, maybe we do 10. Okay. All right, and then on the last one, we're going to hold the right arm up towards the sky. And just pause here, just breathing into the nose, out through the mouth. Good, in through the nose, out through the mouth. One more time, inhaling in. Good, exhaling, slowly coming back to the center, and then we'll switch sides right away. Okay, so we're right leg out to the right, left foot bends in, and again, totally optional. I'm just going to use a little block under my knee for support. Right hand comes across to the left knee. Left hand just grabs your right shoulder. Okay, we already know I'm not dyslexic, but once I start teaching, I'm dyslexic. So maybe check to make sure you kind of look like me instead of, maybe doing the wrong. Okay, good. So we're twisting just a little bit towards the left. Bring our torso, keeping the right hand on the knee. We're just going to bring our torso a little bit back to center. We're gonna look down at our left fingertips, and then we're gonna open up, opening the chest up, and then slowly rolling through this back and forth, okay? Good, reaching the left arm out and back in, wrapping in, and just moving back and forth, just like this. Try to move slow, okay? And again, you know, we're not gonna worry too much about how many times we did on the first side. Okay, we're gonna go just pure sensation. Just waking up the low back, the side body. I know for me, my ribs, my upper back is really tight, so I'm feeling it a little bit there as well. Okay, awesome. Okay, let's do one more time. And then we're gonna reach that left arm up. We're gonna stay there. We're gonna hold here for 3 deep breaths. Inhaling in, exhaling out. Inhaling in. Exhaling out. Last one. Inhaling in. Exhaling out. I'm going to just bring that left arm back in. Give us a little hug. We'll come back up. And then gently just move your block pillow out of the way. Swing your legs around. We're going to make our way into child's pose, okay? And we're going to do child's pose with the block or pillow just under your forehead. Okay? So knees can, big toes together, knees can be out nice and wide. And then again, just softening your head down towards the block. And arms can, you know, be really active. They can also be soft. You can kind of just choose what feels good for your body here. Okay, we're just going to pause here in child's pose, which is also a really great place for us to stretch our low back, our hip flexors as well. If it feels good, you can start to wag your tail, maybe shift your hips a little bit from side to side. Again, this can be really small, subtle movement. Again, the idea is just to move slow, you know, kind of test the boundaries of like how you're feeling, what you're capable of. This, you know, this practice together. Okay, on your next inhale, find some stillness. Exhale out. Take your time. We're going to lift up into tabletop. Okay. So walking those knees under your hips, spreading the fingers out nice and wide. And we'll move gently in and out of cat and cow. Okay. And I want you to notice how you're using your whole spine here when you're arching your back and rounding your spine. Okay. So again, just kind of tune in. And again, this is a great place for you to be like, wow, yeah, I am really tight in that upper back, or my low back feels really sensitive. Okay, just tune in, check in with how you're feeling here. Okay. A few more moments here. Okay, great. And then let's go ahead and find ourselves back in the neutral tabletop. Okay. And just moving the arm, we're going to reach the right arm forward, just up over our head, palm can face down, and then lower the right hand down. Left arm reaches forward, palm faces down, and then lowering back down. Okay, so we're just going to switch back and forth, right, and then left. And again, try to move slow, or, you know, move with your breath here. Okay, and just notice, you know, how this requires a lot of work to stabilize, to stay in your neutral tabletop. Nothing else is moving but your arms, right? But there's a small shift that happens in your body. Like you can feel yourself shifting. Let's do one more on each side. Okay. And then we're going to start to add, if it feels okay, opposite leg and arm. Okay, so right arm's going to lift up, left leg's going to reach back, and then lowering back down, and then switching left arm, right leg, and then lowering back down. And again, really thinking about the core being nice and strong. If you need to test it out, you can always take that off, that arm and wrap around your abdominals to check in to make sure you're staying strong through the core. Back and forth. Stabilizing. Breathing. Okay, we'll do 2 more on each side. Again, go nice and slow. There's no rush. Good. Last one. Last ones, I should say. Okay, awesome. And then we're going to make our way back into child's pose. Okay. And again, if that variation of using the block or the pillow under your forehead works, go for it. Otherwise, you can ditch it. You can also use your hands as well too. You can, make a little pillow with your hands and place your forehead there. Okay, so this one's going to be a little bit of a new and different exercise for us. Okay, so we're going to use again the pillow and a block is as the mat. Okay, we're not going to place a ton of weight directly on our head, but it's just going to be a point of contact here. Okay, so here we're going to shift forward onto our knees, but we're going to keep our forehead, the crown of our head onto the block. Okay, so you're going to let your head, kind of roll forward. So you're on the crown of your head, but I want to stabilize through my arms. Okay, so I'm really pressing down into my forearms. So I'm pretty much in tabletop on my forearms and my head is dropped down. Okay, all we're going to do is just isolate the low back. We're going to do a round of cat and cow here. But again, all you're really moving is the low back and the pelvis. Okay, so again, if this feels terrible on your neck, of course, lift your head up. Okay, and you can do the same thing. Okay, but all we're doing is cat and cow in the low back tailbone. And again, crown of the head is just reaching down. Again, we're not really putting weight on our head. We're making sure to stabilize through our upper body. Okay. And then just notice how limited this feels. Maybe you don't move as big as you did in cat and cow. Okay. Let's just do a few more. Okay, and then when you feel like you've had enough here, you're just going to make your way back into child's pose. Yeah, just something a little bit different, really just like isolating the movement from our whole spine to just our low back. Okay, awesome, everyone. Okay, all we're going to do is we're just going to move the block just off to the side. We're going to make our way onto our tummies. Okay, so again, just make some space here, rolling down nice and slow, however you'd like. Okay, hands under the forehead. Go ahead and bend knees. We'll gently shift from side to side. Good, straightening the legs out. Good, we're going to do 5 baby cobras here, okay? So gently just move your hands underneath you, so they're gently under the shoulders or slightly behind the shoulders. Okay. Legs stay heavy. Inhaling, roll the shoulders back, lift the head and the neck, and shoulders up. Here's your cobra. Then just float the hands. Okay. Inhale in, ground the hands, exhale, release. Okay, so we're just moving just like that 4 more times. Okay. Shoulders roll up off the mat, pressing into the hands to lift the head, neck, and shoulders, chest up. Good, hands float. Stay for the inhale, ground the hands, exhale, release. Good, inhaling, ground down, lift up, baby cobra, hands float. Feel a little more length, inhale in, ground the hands, exhale, release. Good, inhaling, lift up. Float the hands. Good. Exhaling, slowly release. And then let's actually just do one more. Okay. Roll the shoulders, lift up. Hands float. Good. Exhale, release, back down. Good. Arms are going to reach out in front of you, so in front of straight arms here, okay. Instead of having them shoulder distance apart, okay, maybe make like a little V with your arms, okay, so they don't have to be here. Okay, you can make a little V position here on your stomach. Okay. Palms will still face down. Okay, I'm just gonna move back just a little bit because of my radiator here. Okay, so just like we did in tabletop, we're just gonna lift the right arm off the ground and then lower back down and then left arm lifts. Okay. And you can just be mindful, just moving back and forth, that you're not scrunching or squishing your nose. So you want to make sure you're on like your forehead or where your hairline meets. So maybe get a little more forward so that you can breathe easily. So just swimming with the arms just back and forth. And then let's do one more on each side. And we'll start to incorporate the legs, okay? Right arm, left leg lifts and lowers. And lower. And just swimming back and forth, just nice and slow. Checking in with your breath. Allowing this to be like your flow or your vinyasa, right? We're building strength and heat in our bodies here. Okay, good. Let's do one more on each side. And when you're ready, slowly just rest. Okay, really nice. Let's just roll over onto our backs. Good, sitting your feet up, grounding them down onto the mat, knees point up towards the sky. Feet will be about hip distance apart. Okay, taking the heel of your hands, the palm of your hands, and pressing them right above the thigh bone and where the hip socket meets. Okay, so again, we find just a little bit of that traction and that release through the low back. A few more deep breaths here. Again, you can always pulse and release, press back in. Good. Exhaling, gently release, right ankle over the left knee. And from here, we're going to let the shape fall over to the right. Okay. So right knee moves to the right, left knee moves to the right, and then gently extending the left arm out nice and long, out to the left. And then just breathe here in this twist. A few more deep breaths on the side. Next inhale, slowly just coming back to the center. And then before we switch sides, let's go ahead and come into figure four glute stretch. So, and releasing the hands around the left hamstring or the left shin. Okay. And again, feel free to kind of rock around a little bit, shift from side to side. Okay, good. Exhaling, release your hands, release that left foot down. And then again, energetically, without using your hands, you're going to extend the right leg up towards the sky. We're just going to bend and straighten the right leg just a few times again, just to loosen up the hamstring. the calf and to wake up the quads a little bit here. Okay, awesome. Go ahead and release the right foot back down, and then we'll switch sides. Left ankle over the right knee, twisting. So we're gonna let everything fall over to the left. Okay, so it's like your left ankle is guiding the right knee over to the left. Right arm reaches out to the right, and then just pausing here in the twist. I know for me, this twist, it actually feels like less twisty, and I really feel a stretch through my psoas. So like from my rib tip and my hip tip, right? I'm feeling like a really big stretch here, which is helping me lengthen my low back, right? So we get that nice low back release when we come back through center. Okay. And maybe, you may experience something different. Okay, but just notice, where you're feeling it, maybe in the shoulder and the chest a little bit more. Few more deep breaths on the side. Take your time, slowly coming back to the center. And then come into that figure four, glute stretch, and releasing the hands around the right hamstring or shin. Yeah, rocking from side to side. Okay, awesome. Releasing the hands, right foot grounds. And then again, without using your arms, left leg's going to extend up towards the sky. And then just bend and straighten the left leg just a few times, giving yourself a little kick here. Okay, awesome. Left foot will ground back down onto the mat. Okay, again, this is where if you want to use your block or pillow, okay, in between the inner thighs, okay, squeezing your pillow or block, grounding through your feet. On your inhale, lift your hips up towards the sky. Okay, and again, just kind of notice, like, do your ribs want to open up? Do you want to press open really big here? Do you want to stay more controlled? Okay, I want you to be able to play with different versions of your bridge here. So we're going to hold this for a while. Okay, so whatever you're choosing, okay, choose what feels good for your body, and then really just press down into your arms. Okay, lift up through your chest. Good. Even maybe grab, your glutes, make sure your glutes are nice and active. So again, we're really activating the glutes, the hamstrings here. Okay, mainly the glutes. And then just breathe. Squeezing the block or pillow. Few more deep breaths here. You can do it. You're strong. Keep breathing. Okay, last one. Inhale in. Exhale, slowly lower the hips back down towards the ground. Again, we're going to ditch the block or pillow again. Allow your feet to move a little bit wider. Toes are going to gently just angle out. So again, when you do this, your knees are going to open up. So you're kind of making a V position with your thigh bones. Okay. Same thing, bridge pose here. We're going to lift the hips up towards the sky. We're just going to lower the hips halfway and then pulse them back up. Okay. And again, you can move at your own pace. If you want to move quicker here, that's fine. Okay, again, we're just really waking up the glutes in support of like low back and hamstrings here. Okay, so just again, halfway pulsing and lifting, just back and forth in this nice wide leg bridge pose. Let's do about 5 more. Okay, so here we go. So 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold it up there, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lowering all the way back down, nice and slow. Little window wipers here, shifting your knees and your hips from side to side. Okay, awesome. Let's go ahead and roll over onto our left side. Okay, we'll set up for a side Sphinx pose here. Okay, elbows and left forearm down, elbow and left forearm on the left side. Good. Bumping the knees back. So again, they're in line with the hips. So we're creating this nice long line. I know I'm kind of wearing like a flowy shirt today. Sorry, you guys. Surprisingly, I've been hot all summer and then I was a little chilly today. Okay, so legs can stay bent or you can begin to straighten the legs. And again, have your feet either flexed or pointed here. And always, feel like you can move your feet back if you need to. Suck your chin into your throat just a little bit. So we have this nice long spine. And then again, right hand's just in front of your chest for support. Good. Just breathe here. Okay, we're going to try to hold as best as we can for about 30 seconds on this side. Few more moments. Nice big deep breaths in. Big breaths out. Okay, awesome. Here we're going to gently lower down, staying on the left side. Okay. Top leg's going to just bend in. And again, this is if you want to use, again, props. Okay. You can bring that block under the right knee. We're going to bend the left leg, grab it with your right foot, with your with your right hand. Okay, for the quad stretch. And then here we are again in another little twisty twist quad stretch. Okay, so I'm going to just extend the left arm out in front of my left shoulder. I'm going to start to roll my right shoulder and my head over to the right. Again, your right knee may lift. That's fine. Again, you're welcome to use your props here or not. Okay. And here we are in a little binded twist. Good. And you can see, I'm playing with my prop. I went from under my knee to under my head. Again, you're welcome to kind of play and use it however feels good for your body. Okay. A few more deep breaths here, twisting. Right. We got our bridges in, we got our twist in. What's next, right? Pigeons. We got our pigeon next. A few more deep breaths. Okay, let's gently release. Roll over again onto this left side. And then all we're going to do is switch sides. Okay, so you can just roll over onto your right. I'm going to again stay facing you all. So I'm just going to flip around, stacking the knees, stacking the hips, coming up onto your right forearm. And again, you want your knees in line with your hips. So instead of forward, we're going to bump them back. Okay. And again, this is the pose, or you can straighten the legs if that feels good. And again, flex or point it. Bringing your chin and your head back in line with your spine. And just holding and breathing here. And again, we're going to try to hold as best as we can for about 30 seconds, maybe a pinch longer. Good. Just breathe. Check in with your breath. Maybe even notice the difference between your sides. Maybe they're exactly the same. Maybe they're different. Okay, great. We'll gently release down. And then again, top leg is just going to bend forward. And using any props if you wish. Straight leg, the right leg is going to bend. You're going to grab a hold of it with your left hand. And again, this is the pose. So you can stay here on your side if this feels good, okay? Or if you want to add the twist, okay, so we're going to drop the left shoulder back over to the left, start to open your chest up towards the sky. And then, maybe both shoulder blades are on the mat. Okay. Your left knee will probably lift up, so it may even point up a little bit higher than you'd like, but that's okay, all right? Because there's a lot going on here. We got the quad stretch, we're twisting, there's a chest opener, there's a lot going on here, okay? We're trying to lengthen the space between our ribs and our hips, so we're creating more space through that psoas, that side body. A few more moments here on this side. Okay, awesome. Okay, exhaling, slowly release. Okay. So again, roll over onto this right side. And then you're going to use your arms and your legs to help you come on up to a seated position. And we're going to sit up with our legs straight out in front of us here. Okay. Okay, you give your legs a little shake here. Sit, move your hamstrings out of the way so you can sit right on top of your sit bones. And again, option to slide blocks, pillow under the knees. Okay, arms are going to reach up over your head. Going to take a nice big deep inhale in here. Exhaling, slowly fold forward, forward fold. And again, however you want to use the props, okay, under the knees, you can sit on it. You want to use it to wrap around, to grab a hold of your feet. Okay, lots of options to just fold forward for the hamstring stretch here. Okay. Good. Let your head be heavy. Good. Soften your breath. Okay, good. Inhaling in, exhaling, slowly rising up to come all the way back up to seated. Okay, good. And then we're just going to open the legs out nice and wide. And again, this can be as wide as your mat. Okay, or hip distance apart, or excuse me, shoulder distance apart. Okay, we're just going to open the legs however wide. Okay, for a nice little forward fold here. Okay, so we just went from being a little bit more narrow, obviously straight out in front of us. Now we're just going to open up a little bit. Okay? Good. I'm going to go a little bit wider than my shoulders. I'm not going to go to my most extreme openness. Okay, same thing. You want to sit right on top of those sit bones, or if you need to sit on top of your pillow or block, that's fine. Good. Sitting up nice and tall, arms reach up over your head. Good. Flex through your toes, let them point up towards the sky. And then exhaling, slowly start to fold forward, a forward fold here. And again, any way you'd like to use your block, go for it. Pausing for a moment, noticing where you feel this. Your back, your hamstrings, your calves. Can you deepen your breath just a little bit more? If it feels okay, you can relax your feet just a little bit, find a little bit of softness. They can be a little more relaxed. Okay. See if that changes things. Okay. Inhaling in, exhaling, slowly coming right back up to seated or upright. And then we're going to just go a little bit deeper from the first stretch that we did at the beginning of class. Okay. So left leg is going to stay out to the left, right leg is going to come on in. right sole of the foot, the inside of the left inner thigh. Again, however you want to use the props here. Okay, good. Left hand's going to come across towards the right knee. Right hand reaches right back behind your hips. We're going to sit up nice and tall. We're going to twist towards the bent knee. Good, sitting up nice and tall. Feeling that resistance as you press your hand into your knee and then your hand into the ground. Sit up a little bit taller, twist a little bit deeper. Keeping your left hand connected to your right knee, right arm's going to reach up towards the sky. From here, we're going to start to bend towards the straight leg. So we come into a nice big side bend. Good. And again, keep thinking about twisting a little bit. So chest moves towards the right or up towards the sky. And then keep leaning towards the left. Good. Breathing here, holding here. A few more deep breaths. Inhale in, exhaling, slowly releasing, nice and slow. Gently turn towards your straight leg. Okay, nothing too dramatic. Okay, just gently turn towards the straight leg. And then slowly just start to fold forward. Good, for another little hamstring stretch for the left leg. And again, I'm just taking the block and reaching it around my left foot. So I have, so I can give myself a little extra stretch here. A few more deep breaths. Okay, good. Inhaling in, exhaling, slowly release, come back up. Right, then we'll switch sides, okay? Right leg out to the right, left leg in. Right hand's gonna come across towards your bent knee, and again, sit up nice and tall, adjust as you need to. Left hand reaches back behind you, and then really press down, press against your legs, press against the floor to help you sit up taller, and then twist a little bit deeper. So you're finding this resistance, twisting and resisting, lengthening. Right hand stays connected to your left knee. Left arm reaches up towards the sky. Good. And again, try to keep this spiral happening in your body, and then gently just start to lean towards the straight leg. Lean a little bit towards the right, and then resist the urge to drop your chest down, right? So keep rolling the left shoulder back. And if that means you have to bend on your elbow, bring your left hand on your shoulder, that's fine too, okay? It's not really about like what the arms are doing, it's not what the torso is doing, and then this leaning action. And just breathe. Give it a few more moments here. Good. Inhale in, exhale, slowly release, and nice and slow, gently turn towards the straight leg, and then just fold over the right hamstring again. Just nice and gentle. Good. A few more moments here. Inhale in, exhale, you slowly rise up to come back up to seated. And again, just go and bring your legs in, just come to a seated position. Okay, good. And then before we get into our last posture of pigeon pose, okay, let's just do another little kind of chest, shoulder back opener, okay? So let's go ahead and take the right arm on top of the left. So you're gonna give yourself a hug, right arm on top this time. Stay here, okay? Or if you can, you're gonna bring your forearms out into eagle arms. Okay, good. From here, gently just look from left to right. Pause, we're gonna look forward. Okay, good. From here, hands are gonna gently tilt to the right. Yeah, so we're just kind of tilting the hands to the right, see if you can lift the elbows up a little bit higher. And then just stay here. If you would like to, you can look to the left, see if that changes anything. Bringing your head back to the center, hands back to the center. Slowly release the arms, reach your arms up over your head. Good. Exhaling, cactus arms, nice big wide cactus. Good. Inhaling, arms reach back up over your head. Exhaling, cactus arms. Inhaling, arms reach up. Exhaling, cactus arms. Good. Stay here in your cactus and then gently just twist from side to side. Okay, with your cactus arms. Good. One more time in each direction. Okay, coming back to the center, arms go straight out to the side, and then we'll switch sides. Left arm on top, give yourself a hug. Good. Elbows lift up, forearms come together, hands come together in prayer. And let's just look from side to side, from right to left, just like a few times. Focus comes back to the center. Hands are going to gently fall a little bit to the left. Yeah. It can be really small movement, okay? And then if it feels okay, maybe look to the right, but again, it's not necessary. Okay? I know it kind of has a little bit extra stretch there. Okay, it's intense. Just breathe. And it comes back to the center, hands move back to the center. Slowly unwind. Woo. Okay, arms up over your head. We'll do the same thing. 3 cactus arms, elbows bend. Good. Chest opens up nice and wide. Good. Arms up over your head. Exhale, cactus. One more. Inhaling, arms up. Exhaling, cactus. Okay, good. And then again, let's just twist again from just side to side. Do like 3 in each direction. Okay. Yeah. 3 or 4, I guess. This one, extra one. Okay, awesome. All right, go ahead and release the arms down. Good. And then we'll make our way back into tabletop pose. So just swinging the legs around. Okay, good. Okay, so from here, we're going to just bring the right knee in towards the right wrist. Okay, we're gonna straighten the left leg back, stay lifted up on to those left toes, and this is where you can pivot your right ankle a little bit towards the left, so you have somewhere to sit for pigeon pose. Okay, good. And then getting comfortable. Again, props anywhere you'd like to use them, under your hips, under your chest. Okay, we're gonna make our way into a pigeon. Your sleepy pigeon pose. Okay. And just breathe here. Okay. Breathe, release, relax. Okay, I know it's easier said than done. Try to focus on your breath. Focus on softening. Remember, the farther your arms are away from you, the deeper you'll go in the posture. Okay, but is it necessary? Right? Is it necessary to have your arms directly out to the sides or out in front of you? It may feel better to be supported under your forearms, under the shoulders. Okay, so again, kind of just check in. Notice what your body is craving or what it needs. Okay, just a few more deep breaths here. Slowly start to bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna kind of do a double hip stretch here. Okay, so from here, you're going to tuck your left toes under. Okay, you're going to gently shift forward. Okay, so when you shift forward, you gotta kind of walk, your left leg in just a little bit. Okay, you're going to cross your right knee over your left knee. Okay, so you'll have to bring this left leg behind the right. Okay, and then we're going to sit back. So we're in shoelace pose. Okay, so when we sit back, again, just be mindful of the knee. I'm going to show just a couple different ways. So you can sit all the way back. Your right leg will be on top. Again, this is where you can sit on top of the block if you need to. You may have to have a block in between your knees. Okay. And if this is not accessible at all, if you're like, what the heck just happened? Okay. Come out of your pigeon pose and then just straighten your legs. And then all we're doing is bringing the right leg over the left leg. You're just going to walk your right foot out to the left and you're just going to soften your knees down and keep your left leg straight. Okay? So the pose is with a straight leg or with it tucked under. Okay, so it's just shoelace pose. We're not going to stay here too long. I just want us to get like a double hip stretch here and kind of get into a different angle from pigeon pose to cow face or shoelace pose. Okay, so just breathe. Whatever you're choosing is right. And we'll come on out of this. If your leg is straight, you'll just straighten the legs, unwind, meet back in tabletop. If you're in the full posture, you'll just shift your weight forward onto your hands and you'll unwind the legs. Lots of options, I know. Okay. Good. All right. And then we're just going to move to the second side. Okay. Of course, I'm straightening the legs out a few times. Cat and cow is absolutely welcome. Okay. Okay, so left knee's going to move forward. You're going to straighten the right leg. And again, this is where the foot can pivot, just a pinch to the right. Okay, so that you have somewhere to go back and sit. Okay, with a block or pillow under that left hip or block under your chest. Take the time to settle in. Take the time to let the left side, be, right? Starting all over again. Finding a release, finding ways to find softness. Can you release any tension in your face, in your forehead? And whether your arms are directly underneath you or out to the sides or forward, can you find space and softness there? So you feel more release. Nice full deep breath in and out. Few final breaths here. Good. Walking your hands back under your shoulders. Okay, we're going to make this gentle adjustment. Okay, coming into our shoelace pose, right toes tuck under. We're going to gently come out of our pigeon. Okay, so we're going to kind of creepy crawl forward. Okay, right leg is going to tuck behind the left knee, and then we're going to gently sit back. Okay, and again, any props you need to use. We're not staying here super long, but again, it's just being really mindful of the knees. So again, the knees, left leg will be on top here, or bottom leg can be straight also. Yeah. So sitting up nice and tall, whatever you're choosing. Okay, awesome. When you are ready, come out of this however feels good to you, okay? And we're gonna just make our way again with, if you want to straighten your legs out, come into a downward dog or anything, you're more than welcome to do that. We're gonna just meet on our backs when you are ready, okay? Okay, and we'll set ourselves up here for Shavasana. Yeah, and before you get into your Shavasana, hug your knees into your chest, give yourself a nice big hug. Maybe even come into happy baby pose. And when you are ready, you'll make your way into Shavasana. Okay, there's no rush. Okay, and I am a little congested as the class progressed. Okay, so if you're in the same boat as me, know that instead of Shavasana, you can always come into a seated meditation. Okay, so I'm going to come into this seated, and again, that's always an option if Shavasana does not feel right in the moment. Okay, still receive the same benefits. So again, find softness in your body, find softness in your breath. Notice which parts of your body are touching the mat, which parts feel lifted, which parts feel grounded. Where is there space? Maybe where there's no space. Can you truly let yourself relax, even if it's for 30 seconds, 10 seconds, 5 seconds? Without letting your mind take over, can you just be? As a species, we're always moving and going. I have to do this and I have to do that, and to-do list. But can we just pause that for just a moment? And that moment might be a second, and that's amazing. So we just pause, breathe, be, to feel released and relaxed, and to honor the benefits of our practice and our body and our mind. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Just bringing awareness back into your bodies. Gently shift your head from side to side. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. When you're ready, inviting larger movement back into your bodies, maybe stretching the arms up over your head when you're ready. And then just gathering your knees into your chest, rolling over onto your side. And use your arms and your legs to help you come on up to a seated position. Good, and just roll the shoulders back just a few times. And then roll them forward, okay? It's always good to get in that back space. Okay, and then we'll end with them rolling back, of course. Good, bringing your hands together at your heart center. Take a nice big deep inhale in through your nose. Big exhale out through your mouth. Slowly just begin to smile in honor of your practice. Namaste, everyone.